Tom, did you know that we're having problems with the dishwasher?
No.
Do you know what it's doing?
Washing the dishes?
No, we're having a problem with the dishwasher.
Oh. Leaking?
Nope.
Alright, what?
Dom keeps wanting to make a podcast. Welcome to Dom and the Coach.
Moving on.
You're the dishwasher.
I've heard worse iterations of that. So,
Iterations. Big word.
Yeah, I've seen them on Facebook.
Okay. You ready to roll?
Yeah, don't be looking at my list.
I'm not looking at your list. This week, we decided for our 13th episode, we decided to jump into our favorite TV shows when we were kids. Now, Dom literally just left childhood, or not childhood, teenhood, whatever.
So some of these shows are still shows that I watch.
Okay, so he's going to give you his TV shows from when he was a child, a kid, and I'm going to give you mine from when I was a kid. So.
Alright, so my number 5, Transformers Prime, the animated show.
The animated show?
It was amazing, beautifully written, beautifully animated. I loved everything about that show.
Did you have a favorite Transformer?
Always Bumblebee. Bumblebee actually is like one of my favorites.
Alright.
You can't go wrong with Prime, but Bumblebee is just really cool. And actually, there's a new Transformers movie coming out. It's animated, but it takes place before the events of all the other movies on Cybertron. It's how they become the Autobots.
Okay.
And so, Bumblebee's original name is kind of funny. Not going to spoil anything from the trailer, but check it out. Transformers 1 is the name of that. Alright, my number 4 show that my sister and I, Kay, used to binge watch. Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, we used to binge watch this show. It was amazing.
I don't know if it was amazing. I think the original Scooby-Doos were much better.
Okay, it's still Scooby-Doo, that. You can't go wrong with anything Scooby-Doo. The
You
movies
can,
are...
you can go wrong with Scooby-Doo. They
Okay.
destroyed the movies. They were terrible.
No, the animated movies were good. The live-action movies were trash.
Yeah.
Alright.
Zoink Scoob! My Shaggy.
Okay, my number 3 is probably a show you've never heard of. It's called Max Steel.
I vaguely remember this. What was it?
It's this teenager who has power to, I don't know, kinetic energy powers. I haven't seen that show in a long time.
Good, because you're not a little kid anymore.
Actually, no, I watched it like 2 years ago. But this robot forms with him to help regulate his power, and then he becomes his superhero. His human name is Max. His robo-companion is Steel. And so, why not just call themselves Max Steel?
Okay. Didn't they turn that into a movie, I think?
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
Max Steel.
I didn't
number
enjoy
3.
the movie. My number 2 is like quarter of an inch. No, quarter of a quarter of a quarter of an inch. 1/32 of an inch to my number 1. And my number 2 is Ninjago.
What was the whole mathematics thing, that measurement you just did?
Because my number 1 and number 2 are so close, and it's just a small, teeny tiny fraction of why.
Then why didn't you just say that instead of like trying to go through all this other stuff?
Okay. Anyways, Ninjago is my number 2.
Is that the thing with is that Legos?
Mm-hmm. Lego Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu.
Say that again.
Lego Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu.
Alright.
Spinjitzu is a tornado that they can create.
How many Ninjago ninjas are there?
Lloyd, Kai, Zane, Jay, Cole, Nia, and Wu.
7.
Wu is their leader, so 6. Unless you count Dareth, which is the brown ninja, who has no powers and he's kind of a dork like this guy right here, but...
Whatever.
Alright, and my number 1 is The Fastest Man Alive, CW's The Flash.
You mean the fastest man alive on TV?
Yes. Well, no, in superhero comics.
Wait
The
a second.
Flash is literally the fastest.
No.
Yes.
No.
His slogan is the fastest man alive.
Well,
In the comics, movies, shows.
couldn't Superman fly faster?
Okay.
Boom,
Superman's not a man. Superman's
drop.
an alien. So he is not of Earth.
Oh my god.
Fastest man alive, meaning fastest human on planet Earth, born on planet Earth, given his powers on planet Earth, alive.
Still, okay, whatever.
Anyways, the show was amazing. Grant Gustin did a great job playing Barry Allen.
Gray what?
Grant Gustin.
Grant Gustin.
Is the guy who played Barry Allen.
Barry
in
Allen.
The Flash. Very good actor.
Now
Series
look,
was amazing.
I watched the first series with him. I thought I'm sorry, not the first series, first season. I thought it was okay, but it kind of got a little, I don't know, campy or just kind of lame towards the end. And then he wants me to watch the second season. I watched an episode and thought this was terrible.
I've seen all 9 seasons 2 times. Well, seasons 1 through 3 I've seen like 5 times. 4 through 9 are alright. I wouldn't say they're the best. But seasons 1 through 3 are good.
Okay. So that was your 5 from your
Yeah,
childhood.
also Kay is the reason that I fell in love with that show.
Yeah. Thanks, Kay.
She was like, Dom, I think you would really like this show. And I immediately fell in love with it. Like, we were 30 seconds in and I wanted to binge watch the entire thing.
Do you think you like the show because you can't run fast?
No. I also counted it as a bonding moment between me and my sister.
Alright.
It was something that she wanted to show me and she wanted to spend time with me, so like I said, win-win.
You think she wanted to spend time with you, or she just wanted to watch something that you would want to watch also?
Doesn't that count with spending time with that
I
person?
think it was that maybe she didn't want to argue over the TV with you.
Well, no, she just walked in and was like, Dom, I have a show I want to show you.
Alright, maybe. Maybe it was right.
It was a bonding moment of time that we spent together.
Yay.
I think she was saying the same thing.
Okay.
Alright, Coach. Let's hear your top 5 from the 1980s.
Bam. 1980s. And actually, 1970s and 80s. Not the 1990s.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, as a teenager, I didn't watch cartoons or superhero shows anymore.
I don't think they were around. I think Spider-Man.
Number 5, Woody Woodpecker. Do you know who Woody Woodpecker is?
It's the guy who always goes around in the trees and goes...
I don't think he actually does that. Okay, we don't need to see that. Gosh, man, come. So yeah, Woody Woodpecker was just this really obnoxious character that just kind of got into all these hijinks and everything else. It was cartoon, okay?
Sorry.
You can't just stop yawning in every one of our episodes?
It's a gag.
It's not a gag. It's you go,
okay, continue.
Every episode. I can't believe you guys have to put up with this.
I can't believe you had to put up with him.
Woody Woodpecker was number 5. Number 4. Did you think I was going to hit you or something?
No.
Number 4. Fraggle Rock came out in 1983. Fraggle Rock was like these Jim Henson created Muppet type characters that lived in this like basement dwelling type area. And I just liked all their little things they got into. And
interesting.
now look, when I was really younger in the 70s, I loved the Muppet Show. So when the Fraggle Rock show came on, it just, I don't know, I just liked it. And I didn't watch all the seasons, but I did watch it from time to time. I liked it. Number 3 was the OG, the original Transformers.
Okay.
Now what's really cool about the Transformers I watched and the Transformers he had watched is that Optimus Prime's voice character, same guy.
Yeah.
Megatron, same guy.
Which is crazy.
Well, your voice doesn't really change over years.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
When you're in your 20s to when you're in your 60s, where they are now?
Maybe, but maybe not so much. I mean, my voice changes because I coach all the time, but but that's really about it. But
Yeah.
the voice characters were the same. And if I had to watch his, I'm guessing, much like the Scooby-Doo reboot, they're stealing a lot of the similar stories and such. So,
Well, yeah.
People are creative.
They're owned by. Of course, they're gonna make a newly vamped show.
new vamp, but they're recycling like similar stories.
They're using the characters. They actually iterate human more in.
Whatever. Dom thinks he knows everything.
No, I'm saying that they.
Anyway, I watched
Your
Transformers was number 3.
Alright.
Number 2, classic. Tom and Jerry. Man, every morning I would watch Tom and Jerry before getting on the bus. There's just something special about Tom and Jerry. And
show.
there's certain episodes that when it would come on, I would just like, oh, it's this one. Like a Tom and Jerry episode where they froze the entire basement, and they spent the whole time skating around. That was
trying
really
to chase
cool.
each other.
Chasing each other and such. That was really cool. Then there was another one where Tom fell asleep making the ultimate mousetrap, and at night while he slept, the the blueprint Jerry and the blueprint Tom chased each other around, and at the very end, the blueprint Jerry erased something and put some other things there, and then you see the next morning when Tom woke up, he built the whole thing, and at the very end, he caught himself instead of catching Jerry. So I thought that was really cool.
That's funny.
Anyway, those are a couple of my favorites. And then the number 1, man, used to love watching this cartoon. G.I. Joe, greatest American hero. And man, G.I. Joe was the jam for me. And my buddies, we'd get together. We'd play G.I. Joe with our little action figures.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was really cool. We tried to collect things. My favorite thing I ever collected was the hovercraft. So cool, man. I always wanted the aircraft carrier. Never got it for Christmas, but I always wanted it. And then some dude down the street got it. And we would all get home from school, grab our G.I. Joe characters and figures, go over to his house, play, and come home and such. It was so cool, man. But the cartoon was wild. And every week, every episode, they're going up against Cobra Commander and Destro. And it was just so cool, man. I just love that show. So, do you have any others, honorable mentions or anything? All right. I mean, in my generation, we also had, there was another cartoon called DuckTales, kind of like a Scrooge McDuck type thing. We also had Thundercats. That was pretty cool, but it wasn't like in my top jams. And
Never heard of any of these.
then there was like Voltron. Voltron was actually pretty cool. It was characters that would turn into this giant cat, mechanical cat and everything, and fight aliens and such. So, I don't know. We had really cool shows. Then we had the Flintstones, the Jetsons. I used to watch them back when I was real little in the 70s and such. So, honorable mentions. You don't have any honorable mentions?
Not really.
What about the Arrow? Didn't you watch the Arrow also?
I just started watching that last year.
No, you watched it when you were younger.
No. I started watching The Flash when I was 14.
That's not true.
Yeah. That show's been around since 2012, too.
He watched it earlier than that, but that's okay.
No.
All right, here we go. We're moving right along.
Maybe I was 13. 12 or 13. Still, I was not that young.
Okay, I think you were, but that's okay. Moving along,
Yeah.
here we go. So Dom does this really cool thing, uses his creativity. He spends time working with his Legos that he uses and such, and he likes to film and make movies that are called stop motion. Stop motion. And I was hoping maybe you could explain to me and our audience and such, what exactly is stop motion? And why are you so, enamored by it? Why do you like it so much?
Okay, so stop motion is basically just a series of pictures, like how I do it with my Legos. I move the Lego, take a picture, move the Lego, take a picture, or if I do a fight scene, I move like little things. But each time I move something, I take a picture, and that just creates an animation. And actually, I think stop motion is the first type of animation. Clay animation, stop motion with clay animation. Whatever.
Claymation.
Yes, it was the first like.
Like Rudolph and that stuff.
Yes, it's older than this guy.
Okay.
Because it was like the first style of animation.
So you're just doing animation, but you're doing it with the Legos.
Lego minifigures, yeah.
Lego minifigures. So you've done it with your Ninjago characters.
Yes.
And the Spinjitzu.
Yeah, I have a hard time animating that though.
Okay. And now you're doing it with a lot more of like Star Wars characters, including Mandalorian and
yeah, like I'm doing a series right now actually.
And Jedis and things like that.
Finished episode 2 nights ago.
Okay. Anyway, so Dom's been doing this for a while, and he purchased a green screen for it, and he also purchased lights for it. And such, and so what we're gonna do is in the link down here at the bottom, we're gonna have him post one of his short films in it.
I can make something.
No, we're not making anything new. Just put an old short story or something. Because the cool thing is that not only is it animated, Dom has also learned to put sound with it and sound effects. Voices, voiceovers.
I don't have voices anymore.
Oh, I thought you did.
I did, but I haven't timed it. I haven't gotten the timing on that right.
All right. Well, he's just.
So my old ones do not have green screen. They're shaky, blurry.
Well,
terrible quality.
Again, so was our first episode here. So
yeah.
We learn what we do. We get better.
Yeah. If I can find the very first one, maybe we can. How would we link it down below?
I don't know, dude. Whatever. We're gonna figure it out. But
okay.
That's why he's producing. So he's gonna figure this out.
Right.
But it is something that Dom likes to do. It's a hobby of his. It's his creative, another way of showing his creativity and a creative outlet.
I love working with my hands.
Love working with them giant hands.
So Lego stop motion is just, I don't know.
And you get to see the creativity of the idea of it's not just moving them around, it's also creating a story. And so
which is what I like to do.
Yeah, he likes to do that. So with the Star Wars stuff, yes, it's Star Wars characters, but it's Dom's story that he's creating with using these characters.
I use adaptations from some of the things, like Mandalorian. All I did was steal the characters. The new series I'm doing has nothing to do with any.
All right. Well, anyway.
Anything. So
anyway, not a big deal.
Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni can't sue me.
My man, you shouldn't even mention their names. Now they can. You put their names out there.
We're allowed to say their names.
All right. Anyway, so.
Oh wait, we can't probably upload because music will get copyrighted. So
oh my gosh.
Will get copyrighted.
Well, anyway, maybe
copyrighted.
Maybe we won't upload, but maybe we'll just put something there without music in it or something. Maybe like the flashing lights, lightsabers, things like that.
I have a lightsaber fight that we can do.
Anyway, either way, this is what he likes to do, and so I wanted to highlight it and just talk about it a little bit because it is something that he does as a hobby and such. And because a couple people have asked us to talk about what we do as hobbies, and this is one of Dom's hobby. Another one of Dom's hobbies, or not hobbies, but something he likes to do, is he likes to volunteer his time and serve at our church early Sunday mornings. He will get up and we'll take him to church, or he's going to start driving soon and such. And he does the live stream, right? Mm-hmm. The live stream. So why don't you tell us what that is about?
All right. So from what I've gotten from the person I work with is the live stream. I just do the sound. So live stream is the live video, and they can be streaming from anywhere.
And that's going out to the website and
that's going out to the website, YouTube, and Facebook.
Okay.
And so basically, they have a separate room where all the sound is mixed, and so I have a mixer, a digital mixer, and I'm literally just mixing all the audio, and any changes I make during the service will automatically happen and go out.
But it doesn't change it for the people in the room listening.
No.
It just
They have,
changes
yeah,
for the
they have a
people watching.
soundboard for the people in the room, and then I'm in a separate room that does solely sound for the live
All right,
stream.
and explain to me why there has to be a separate room for the live stream. Why can't they just take what's being recorded in the house, in the church itself?
Because of the room and the echo, reverb, it would just not work. Like, I'm taking that. We are taking that audio from each of the audio inputs, the mics, instruments, but then we're taking that and adjusting everything, adding a whole bunch of effects to it.
All right.
And then it makes it sound like we're actually in the room.
Okay, but it doesn't have the echo, and it doesn't have like.
I mean, we can add all that, like when
clapping,
they're singing,
things like that.
Well, no clapping because there's a.
Oh, is there mics in there?
There's in-house mics, and then I can turn up.
Okay. All right.
So it's different. I would say.
Another one of and you know, we appreciate Dom doing that. We think it's a really great way to give back, and again, it's more experience for his future career and such. And then another hobby he likes to do is we've talked about his bocce, playing bocce for the Chopticon Braves, and he's going to be going to try and regain his championship status in St. Mary's County this upcoming year.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So that's another hobby. Any other hobbies that I'm forgetting?
Yeah, I like to lose to you in Call of Duty.
You lose to me in Call of Duty, but you know that. Do I consider gaming a hobby? Yeah, maybe you
For
can.
him, no. For me, yes.
Nah. And Dom likes to read too. For me, I love coaching, spending time with my family, watching The Office. I'll play some video games, but now this is starting to become one of my favorite hobbies to do because I get to sit on the couch with old Dom here for a half hour and
old coach here too.
Yeah, old coach, very old coach. So, but anything else you want to add? A man of few words. No. Few words and lots of hand gestures. Yes. And yawns, lots of yawns.
Like coach, like son.
Like coach, like son. All right. Well, look, as always, if you're purchasing anything through Expense Apparel, please mention Dom and the coach to get $5 off. Yes. And if you know, you know. Like, subscribe, share, comment, listen to us on Spotify, and you know, we just really appreciate all the feedback we're getting. I know I sound like a broken record every week when I say this, but really, when people come up to us and say stuff, like I literally had somebody come up to me today and and joke with me about not remembering that Richard Dreyfuss was the other character with Roy Schreider in Jaws, Richard Dreyfuss. And I was like, yes, that was him. Oh, and Michael Caine was the guy who played Alfred in the Batman movies.
And The Prestige.
He was in The Prestige. And Michael Caine also was in Jaws 4 and everything else.
He's also in so many other movies.
Yeah, great actor.
Oh.
But it's really cool when people come up and say, hey, I saw this video. What about this? What about that? I thought it was really cool. And that was reference to videos 2 weeks ago. But anyway, we love you guys. We truly appreciate all your feedback and supporting us. And, you know, I'm just really grateful that April is almost over. We're going to be in May. And
hey, you got a big birthday coming up.
I do, but we're going to ignore that. You know what
we'll have a birthday special for him.
Sure. You know what teachers' 3 favorite things are? June, July, and August. It used to be snow days, but it doesn't snow in Maryland anymore. So, but anyway.
You know what my new 3 favorite things are going to be? Well, actually, no, mine. Oh, I got to count now.
You're going to be off school until you go back to school in the fall, right?
Yeah.
All right, so don't try and make a joke. You can't handle it.
Oh, and I actually need to reiterate something here. The whole Wii Bowling thing, and I'm talking to a certain person. I'm not going to mention them, but they're one of my teachers, so I can say that.
Okay.
All I can say is, I was trying to make a joke, but this one decided to just totally trash me.
Wii Bowling.
Yeah, I was going to make
It's not a sport.
Yeah, but you know, why do you think I used the word we?
Because it's
I wasn't doing W-I-I.
Yes, you were.
No.
Yes, you were.
No, I was trying to do W-E bowling.
That's a
I
lie.
was gonna say you ain't bowling, but we bowling.
No, because he said
I tried making a joke,
You
and
tried.
this one failed.
no. I didn't fail.
You didn't let me. You didn't let me.
No, I crushed it. I destroyed it in a minute
Yes.
instantly.
And then I have so many people telling me, "We bowling is so stupid." Blah
It
blah
is.
blah blah blah.
Yeah,
And it's
because
like,
and then you
wow.
fought for it when you were like golf is stupid. I could do Wii golf in an hour. Really? You play a video game for an hour? One game? Terrible. All right, well that's enough of this episode.
Yeah, I had to just reiterate that for my teacher, he calls me out in the middle of class, and everyone makes fun of me.
Good.
So I need to
Hello.
clarify
This
that.
is what life of podcast celebrities has
Uh-huh.
to face. Joe Rogan goes through the same stuff.
Yeah.
All right, we love you all. Thank you so much for following Dom and the coach. Love you.